Hey guys, Pit Master here. This video is for you guys that want to work corners. Say you're new or you're an old corner guy and you just need some tips. I've been doing martial arts a long time and I've been running the martial arts gym a long time, but I still get tips from people that help me make the gym better. I mean, I'm always learning. That's one of the things a martial artist does, and a businessman and an entrepreneur. So I am always learning. I'm always looking to learn more stuff. I have certain mentors in certain different arenas of my life, business, martial arts, spiritual, fitness. So lose your ego and learn, and that's what I try to do. So I'm going to try to teach right now. Let's talk about you working a corner and your fighter comes back bleeding. If you're in the UFC, there is cornermen there. There's cutmen there. So you never have to worry about it in the UFC. But in a lot of shows you do. And you might be in the corner, you're the cutman. Sometimes the cornerman is the cutman. Or say you want to be a cutman. Let me give you a couple basic tips. I've been doing this a long time. I've been working corners since 1978. I'm actually bleeding right now because I just had a tooth pulled, and I'm in a lot of pain, and it's bleeding, and that's why I thought of this topic. So if I'm talking funny, I'm sorry, but that's why. It really hurts. I would show it to you, but it's pretty gross. Anyway, okay. Your guy comes back to the corner bleeding. Okay, let's go over a couple different scenarios. Say it's a laceration or a cut, anywhere on the face or the head. You have about 30-35 seconds to stop the bleeding and try to get him to go back out. Let's just say you don't have a coagulant. Coagulant means it stops the bleeding. It would be like epinephrine, and they have different. It comes in different suspensions and different strengths. And epinephrine is a vasoconstrictor, which means it makes the vaso or the veins constricts them and makes them tighter so they don't put out as much blood. But the main vasoconstrictor that's effective in a fight, even with all the epinephrine and the powders or whatever, it is two things: ice and pressure, direct pressure. That in and of itself is more important than any other coagulant. The others do help, but not that much, to be honest, because you're going to keep getting hit, and it opens up more, and your blood pressure's up so high, and your blood's pumping so fast. The two main things are direct pressure and ice. So let's just throw away epinephrine and the different coagulants right now, and say you're in the corner and your guy comes back bleeding. Say a cut over his eye. The first thing you want to do is make sure that cut is proximated. If it's like jagging out to the side, it needs to be proximated, which means they have to be together. The edges have to be together, and then you have to put direct pressure on it. If there's ice, that's great. That does help. But direct pressure is first, okay? So you put direct pressure on it, and sometimes you have a little thing called end swell, which is a metal, kind of a little metal bar, which you need or you don't need. You can just put ice on it and put direct pressure, okay? That's the main thing you want to do for a cut. Direct pressure, ice if you got it. You should have ice in the corner anyway, because putting ice in the back of the neck or on the head or whatever helps to wake your fighter up, because they're working so hard. Ice helps to get them a little more invigorated. So you should have ice in the corner already, but direct pressure. And if there's swelling, put ice and direct pressure with the ice. So you got an ice bag. You just push the ice bag gently on the swelling. Okay. Pushing too hard is going to make it swell more. Okay. One thing you tell your fighter never to do when he comes back to the corner, whether he has swelling over his eyes or not, is never blow his nose. Like, guys do one of snot rockets. It'll make their if they have any kind of swelling over their eyes, it'll make it blow right up. And I know you've seen that if you watch fights. So never blow your nose. Put direct pressure on any cut. No matter where it is, direct pressure and ice. That's the main thing you want to do for a cut. If it's a nose, you want to put direct pressure on the nose. Just squeeze the nostrils together. Do not let them put their head back, because the blood will go back and go through their esophagus into their stomach, and they could puke. I mean, it'll make them sick. So just don't put their head down, or don't put it back or forward. Just squeeze their nostrils while you're giving them instructions in between rounds. So with a cut, direct pressure, ice if you got it. Broken nose, even if you know it's broken, direct pressure. Okay, direct pressure and squeeze. If it's in the mouth and there's blood coming out of the mouth, that's a tricky one. Have them open their mouth and see if you can see a cut. If they can't even open their mouth and if it's disfigured in any way, unless it's a world title fight, which it probably isn't, since there's no cutmen there, so it's not the UFC. If they can't open their mouth or it looks disfigured in any way, indicating a broken jaw, I would stop the fight immediately. Because if it's broken, even if they don't want to go back out and it doesn't hurt that much because of the adrenaline that's flowing, if they can't open their mouth or like I said, it look disfigured, it's a really, really good chance that it's broken, and you don't want it broken any worse. And like I said, that's the time to stop the fight. I wouldn't stop it over a broken nose, because a broken nose will heal, and it even heals. It looks better. Like, look at my nose. I have one of the best looking noses in the world. Has been broken at least a dozen times. So, broken nose is okay. Broken jaw, disfigured, or can't close it or open it, stop the fight. Blood, a cut, always direct pressure. If the cut is big and it's over the eye, and it's not a title fight, and it's actually gaping, I stop the fight. 9 out of 10 times, I'll stop the fight. If there's a gaping cut on the cheek, depending on how bad it is, I probably won't stop it. I'll do the direct pressure. But if it's over the eyes, on the eyebrow, or anywhere over the eye where the blood can go into the eye, I stop the fight. There's no reason to go on. The blood's going to get in their eye. It's going to affect their fight. There's no need to. And unless it's a world title fight for the UFC, I stop the fight. So, gaping cut above the eye, really bad jaw, I broke the fight. I stopped the fight. Okay, so anything else, direct pressure for the entire time that they're in the corner until the bell rings again. And that's the most important thing. I hope that helped. I know a lot about corners. I happen to be a cornerman forever, and I'm a registered nurse. So if you have any questions about cornering or any kind of medical stuff that's not like doctor stuff, but in a corner medical stuff, I'd be glad to help you. Please comment below, or tweet me, text me, Facebook me, or email me. All right, thanks for coming.